Hi guys, Puff and Snuff here, Ian checking in again. My last video where I was showing you guys my tobacco cellar, I made the comment that Telegraph Hill, the Virginia Perique blend from Pease, changed the way I looked at pipe smoking and pipe tobacco. And I got a personal message, someone asking me what I meant by that. And so rather than just respond, I thought I'd jump on and do a quick video and talk about that for a minute. So I am smoking Telegraph Hill, and I'm smoking it in this massive freehand, and you can't see the grain on there. I'll have to show you, maybe a little bit. I'll have to show you guys this on a different camera one of these days. It's an amazing pipe. A quick aside, I went to college at a small school on the east side of Columbus, and the first pipe I bought, the first tobacco I bought, was from Pipes and Pleasures, which is a shop over there. I'm not sure if it's in Bexley or Whitehall, but one of those suburbs. So I got my start there. And that's probably 10, 11 years ago. So a few years ago down at the Columbus Pipe Show, I thought it would be fitting to buy one of their pipes, and they do have S&R Pipes as the brand of the pipe. You know, hand carved, artisan. You know, Rosita is the lady who actually makes them these days. Her husband Steve passed away a few years ago. Steve, Rosita, S&R. And in true fat kid style, I decided to buy the biggest pipe they had. So, and it's one of my, I probably have two favorite pipes, 1 and 1A, and this is one of them. And it is a sacrilege. I am using a pick lighter. Anyway, Telegraph Hill. When I started smoking a pipe, I think I probably started the way most of us start. Those, usually a store brand, maybe a pouch of, kind of mild vanilla aromatic. It was a house blend. I don't remember the name. Sailor's Treasure, Sailor's Delight, Sailor's Pleasure, something like that. And looking back, I'm sure it was just Lane 1Q or RLP6 or some combination of the two, maybe some Stockabee bulk, whatever. And I think like a lot of us, then eventually I kind of moved into Latakia territory. And I liked Latakia territory. I still like Latakia territory. But back then, there wasn't the online pipe community, whether it's the forums or YouTube or whatever that there is today. Now, this goes back, like I said, it's probably 2002, 2003 maybe. Back then there were a handful of sites, but they were more like bulletin board sites. I think for me it was pipes.org. And so I spent, based on the limited information that was out there, spent the first 2 or 3 years of my, pipe career believing there were two kinds of tobacco, sweet aromatics and smoky, woodsy, leathery English blends. Had no idea there was this whole world of, just natural Virginias, Burleys, Perique floating out there. Which is kind of ironic when you think that, you could walk into any drugstore, grocery store at the time and buy Sir Walter Raleigh, half and half, Carter Hall, of course, which are all Virginias and Burleys and whatever. But I never did that. I went to the pipe shop. Telegraph Hill was not the first non-aromatic, non-Latakia blend I smoked, but it was the first one that resonated with me. And it resonated on a number of levels. First of all, it was one that really opened my eyes that you can have a tobacco that is not flavored, that is not that ultra smoky, woodsy, campfirey, but that it is still flavorful, and it's not like smoking cardboard shavings. That you can take natural tobaccos and they can be sweet, and they can be spicy, and they can be tangy. It was also the first tobacco that really taught me that if you smoke slow, and if you tamp lightly, and if you take your time, there are flavors that come out of the tobacco leaf unrivaled by any other tobacco product. Far more than cigars, certainly, the dip or any of that you can get natural, real, honest to goodness tobacco flavor, and that it's delicious. You know, it was the first tobacco that really first blend that really resonated with me, that using different kinds of tobaccos in concert with each other could change the entire flavor of the blend. You smoke one Virginia Perique, it is not the same as the next Virginia Perique. Um, you know, it also taught me more recently, going probably last 4 or 5 years, the real value of aging tobaccos. Besides, you know, obviously there's the monetary value. Tobacco is not going to get any cheaper than it is today. So yeah, buy in bulk now and smoke it later. You save money, blah, blah, blah. But it also taught me about the transformative power that time has in a contained environment on tobacco. I'm a huge fan of Greg Peace's blends. I don't think I've had any I haven't really liked. And I've had most of his blends, and I've never been disappointed. But a few of them, the way they age is so remarkable that, to me, it's beyond anything else I've had. I think Telegraph Hill and also Haddo's Delight fall into this category. You know, a lot of tobaccos, you get them with age, and they taste like a well-aged, a matured, a developed version of the original blend. And flavors start to come out, and it gets a little sweeter, or a little tangier, or a little softer, or whatever it is. This, Haddo's Delight, maybe to a degree Fillmore, but not as much. It's like a whole new blend. You smoke this fresh out of the tin, you smoke it at 5 years, and I've been lucky enough to smoke Haddo's at the 10 or 12 year mark. It's like smoking 3 totally different blends. You know, Telegraph Hill was the blend that taught me that, okay, so I smoke this today, I open the tin, I smoke it today, I've got that spicy Perique that hits you in the sinuses, and you've got this Virginia that's this tangy, almost sour, and it works. But then you give it time, and you let it age, and the Perique's not as spicy anymore. Instead, it's that dark, fruity, figgy, datey, and the Virginias aren't quite as, you know, tangy. They're sweeter. So the whole profile of the blend has now completely changed, and it's gone from being spicy and tangy to being sweet and dark. No other blend had taught me that. Now, I am sure that at some point a blend would have come along and taught me the same thing. But this came along when it did. I experienced it when it did, at a time that I was really, you know, and that's the thing too, is that maybe I could have just smoked this and it would have been another blend. But I was smoking this at a time when I was really starting to explore the world of pipe tobacco. So maybe it was just dumb, blind luck. But yeah, the timing, whether it was timing, whatever it was perfect. That, in my mind, Telegraph Hill was the blend that really turned me on to how deep a rabbit hole and how complex the world of pipe tobacco really is and really can be. And it kind of took it more from being a hobby to being something of a passion. I don't think I would have a tobacco cellar of 30 pounds with certain blends, you know, that I'm collecting for no reason other than to age them. I don't think that I would have quite as many pipes, because I don't dedicate a blend to a pipe, but I do dedicate pipes to a genre. I have pipes that I use for the Latakias. I have pipes that I use for the Virginias and the Burleys. I have a couple pipes that I use for the aromatics. I have one pipe that I dedicate to the rare instance I'm in the mood for a Lakeland, one of the Lakeland Essence blends. I don't think I'd have done that. I think I would have probably just kind of gone along puffing and enjoying it, or not enjoying it, or whatever. So, you know, to me, in my mind, I get what I get out of this hobby because I discovered Telegraph Hill when I discovered it. Is that to say, is that going to be everyone's favorite tobacco? No. Is that to say that it's my desert island tobacco? No, because how can you choose one? If you want a Latakia blend, this ain't going to do it for you. If you got a sweet tooth, this ain't going to do it for you. So it's not that it's the be-all, end-all, you know, kind of that euphoric eureka moment. I've discovered the perfect tobacco. It's all I need. It's just, it was the blend that came along at the right time that totally changed my mindset. And like I said, it came from being kind of a hobby to being really something of a passion. So I think this has probably turned into enough of a sappy love story between a man and his tobacco. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'd be interested to hear if anyone out there has a blend that has done it for them, or if they're still waiting for that blend, or if they don't want that blend because they're happy where they are. You know, let me know. Love to see a video about it. Comments would be cool. Anyway, as always, guys, I appreciate subscriptions. I appreciate likes. I appreciate comments. That's all for me. Have a good night, guys.